Good morning. My name is Diane Carnes, and I am one of the practitioners here at the Triangle Center for Spiritual Living. Thank you for joining us for our meditation prior to our Sunday service. It's my pleasure today to start the meditation with a reading, as I normally do, from the book 365, Science of Mind by Ernest Holmes. Today, the reading is called Understanding. At the end of the reading, we will go into meditation accompanied by some quiet music. And after about 15 minutes, I will bring you out of the meditation with the remainder of the reading. The reading starts with a quote from the Bible. And it says, "Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding." And that is from Proverbs. And then Ernest Holmes says, "As all scriptures tell us, true understanding comes from a spiritual perception of the divine unity back of all things. Knowledge is of the intellect. Wisdom and understanding are of the heart. Those who have had true spiritual understanding have always taught us of the unity of good, that we are one in essence with the Spirit. They have told us that the unreal never has been, that the real never has ceased to be. Today, I permit my spiritual understanding to penetrate everything that seems opposed to good. Back of all variety, I perceive the one cause, the one presence, and the one purpose. Today, I consciously align myself with this divine presence that runs through everything. I open the gates of my consciousness and with enthusiasm, through recognition and acknowledgement, permit the spirit of wholeness, the spirit of oneness, to flow through me. I know there is one God, one spiritual self, one perfect law, and one eternal life." And that is what we can contemplate in our meditation if we choose. I know there is one God, one spiritual self, one perfect law, and one eternal life. And now, gently bring your awareness back into the room. And when you're ready, open your eyes. And now, gently bring your awareness back into the room. I'm going to finish our meditation with the remainder of the reading by Ernest Holmes. And he says, we should expand our thought until it realizes all good, and then cut right through all that appears to be, and use this almighty power for definite purpose. Such is the power of right thinking, that it cancels and erases everything unlike itself. It answers every question, solves all problems, is the solution to every difficulty. Thank you for joining us for meditation this morning and lending your consciousness of peace to help us prepare the space for our Sunday service, our Sunday celebration service. See you at 10:15.
Amazing, amazing, you will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing, you will do amazing things. You will do amazing things with a choice each new day brings, and with every step you take, bless the progress that you make. The reason you live is there in every gift you give. Love your life, love your dreams, you will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing, you will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing, you will do amazing things. Oh, the places you will go, and the people you will know. Don't worry when, or where, or how. You don't need to know that now. You're on the right track. No need to look ahead or back. Just enjoy what this day brings. You will do amazing things. You don't have to work it out. Just stay in the here and now. Let your mind rest for a little while. Sometimes deepest answers come when you're out there having fun. So close your eyes, take a breath, and smile. Amazing, amazing, you will do amazing things. Amazing,
joy. We are making a new world now. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. So let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand. I'm gonna stand up for joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. We are making a new world now. We are making a new world now.
Oh yeah. Come on. All right. Yeah. Oh yeah. One life living is you and me. Yeah. One light shining is you and me. Yeah. One love loving is you and me. 'Cause God is all there is. All right. One life living is you and me. Yeah. One light shining is you and me. One love loving is you and me. 'Cause God is all there is. I'm shining from the inside out. I'm so happy. I just wanna shout. One life living is you and me. One light shining is you and me. One love loving is you and me. 'Cause God is all there is. One life living is you and me. One light shining is you and me. One love loving is you and me.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Sunday celebration service at the Triangle Center for Spiritual Living. My name is Carol Cross. I'm one of the certified practitioners here at the TCSL, and my pronouns are she and her. I am standing in for our senior minister, Dusty Ripplemeyer, who is out of town visiting family. But I'm just doing sort of the business part of it. We have one of our favorite guest speakers, Reverend Tom. Well, Reverend Tom is one of our favorites too. But today we have Reverend Andy Ross. So we have a lot to look forward to. So if this is your first time here, our center, the Triangle Center for Spiritual Living, is part of a larger organization called Centers for Spiritual Living. Centers for Spiritual Living is a practical and positive philosophy, faith, and way of life a global community of over 450 spiritual centers, teaching chapters, and special focus ministries in 30 countries worldwide. Our community is the spiritual home for a diverse group of people who seek a deep and abiding connection with each other and with that which is greater than ourselves. Our purpose is to inspire, educate, and empower individuals to experience themselves as unique and individualized expressions of God. We do this within a sacred and supportive community that welcomes everyone just as they are. Our mission is the transformation of our personal lives into being a powerful and beneficial presence on the planet. We do this through celebration, service, study, fellowship, and the energy of unconditional love. Our vision is a world that actually does work for all. We do this by consciously practicing the truth of our oneness and unity with God in our everyday lives. You are welcome here, no matter where you are on your spiritual path. So, you can see why Reverend Dusty had to get away early, because we have so many wonderful things planned for this month of gratitude of November. So here are some of our upcoming events. On Wednesday, November 19th, so next Wednesday, this is an invitation to join us for a special Wednesday evening experience on Wednesday, November 19th from 7 to 8:30. Reverend Nancy Husledge will assist us to understand how working with dreams can actually be a spiritual practice. She is an interfaith minister, retired hospice chaplain, and dream worker. She has certifications in dream work from the Hayden Institute and the Marin Institute for Projective Dream Work. She has been helping people understand the meaning of their nighttime dreams for 35 years by leading team dream groups online and in person, and has a private dream work practice. So please join us on Wednesday, November 19th on our regular Zoom link as Reverend Nancy shares her wisdom about dreams and spirituality. And this one will not be recorded. It's only live. So be there to have that experience. Okay. Then, oops, sorry. Okay, sorry. There's a lot of them. I got them mixed up. Okay, on Sunday, November 23rd, we have a special gratitude service. Now, this is going to be different than our usual service. It's only going to be online. We're not having meditation, and it's going to be from 10 to 11:30. So come experience that special online service. Then on Thanksgiving Day itself, we will once again be hosting a Thanksgiving Day potluck. It's a beautiful opportunity to come together, to share our gratitude, to break bread together, and to deepen our love for each other and our community. Reverend Dusty will be preparing the turkeys, and we all will are invited to bring some delicious sides and or desserts to share. So plan to bring your dishes at 1 p.m. Our plan is to pray in at the meal at 2. Please RSVP to info@trianglecsl.org, and please consider joining us. Okay, so then also join us for a very special event on Sunday, November 30th. We will be coming together as a community to do some visioning for the next highest and best expression of the Triangle Center for Spiritual Living. Another great friend of ours, Reverend Daryl Jones, will be with us online to facilitate that process on November 30th. The process we'll be doing is, as a community, is called visioning. Visioning is a spiritual practice or technology, as Michael Beckwith describes it, that allows us to move into a space of deep listening and to allow something beyond our imagination to come through. It is a process by which we train ourselves to be able to hear, feel, see, and catch God's plans. Through visioning, we are able to see with divine insight. The visioning session will be Sunday, November 30th from 10 to 11:30. We will be using the regular Wednesday evening Zoom link. Please consider joining us for this special event. It is very important for the future of our center and our community. Then join us for our Wednesday evening services for 2025. The evening is called the Wednesday Experience, I think. Oh, yes, here it is. The Wednesday Experience. A look at life through meditation, musings, metaphysics, and magic. It really is a wonderful opportunity to come together, deepen our practice with one another, have our voice be heard, and hear inspiring shares by like-minded people. The service will be held on Zoom at 7 to 8:15. So that's what's coming up for the rest of the month. But what's coming up right now is our service. I want to begin by thanking Diane Carnes for her beautiful meditation, which sets the container in which this service evolves. And now please join me in welcoming Diane back as our platform host for today's service.
Good morning, everybody. Our theme for the year 2025 is Rising Higher, Growing Deeper. And our theme for the month of November is Loving the Unlikable. And Reverend Andy's message is the Beneathness. And now we will have the blessings of all faiths. We are now going to do our blessings of all faiths. And I'd like you to welcome to the front my husband John and Marianne. The Triangle Center for Spiritual Living honors the diversity and threads of truth that run through all spiritual paths as represented by this ceremony. Christianity is the path of Christ consciousness, love, and forgiveness. Buddhism is the path of compassion and understanding. Judaism is the ethical path of living by sacred law. Baha'i is the path of unity and peace. Islam is the path of submission to the will of God, the highest calling. Confucianism is the path of deliberate tradition. Taoism is the natural way, the path of ultimate reality. Native American practice and shamanic traditions are the paths of primal spirituality. Shintoism is the path of tribal ancestry. Hinduism is the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. The science of mind and spirit is the path of divine principle, the divine principle of love and law. And the heart represents the one heart, the one love, that resides at the center of all people and all beings everywhere, with no exceptions. May peace prevail on earth through the followers of all paths. Thank you. Thank you.
And so it is. All right, so now I am going to say a blessing for today's service. So I invite you to close your outer eyes with me. And as I go into this blessing, I recall what Reverend Andy said in our pray-in before the service about being grateful for the miracle of togetherness. Because I know I could get up this morning and I could pray and I could do meditations and I could listen to wise words from spiritual masters on my own. And that would be great. But I know that I feel so much greater when I do that together with a community of like-minded people. You know, too often I do spiritual practices and I feel like a drop of water. But when we come together in services like this, I feel like part of an ocean. And it's that ocean of humanity through which the divine moves as a wave. And as a wave, we are all one. And as a wave, we are all unconditional love. And I am so grateful for that. And as a wave, we are beautiful. And I'm grateful for that. As a wave, we are peace and serenity. A peace and serenity that often feels like it's missing in my everyday human life. But I know in this experience that this is the truth, not that. And when I am part of that wave moving through us all, I feel powerful, knowing that I am part of the solution, knowing that I am part of the movement to make this a world that works for all. And I am so grateful for knowing that. And I say that speaking as myself, but because we are all one, I know that that is the truth for everyone who's participating in this service, whether it's right now or in the future. And so I'm so grateful for everyone's participation in creating this divine morning. I say a special word of appreciation for Heather, who created that fabulous opening video and who works so hard to make sure that the technology allows us to be together even when we're physically separated or separated in time. I say a word of blessing on Diane, you know, such a beautiful, powerful meditation, such a serene presence, such a great addition to our service. I say a word of blessing on Karen, who always lifts up our services with her talents. And I say a word of blessing on our brother, Reverend Andy Ross, who never fails to entertain, uplift, and enlighten us when he gives us his words of wisdom. So, knowing with all that going for us, we're going to have a great God morning, a great God service. And so I say, let's get to it. Let's turn it over to the law that always says yes with our words, and so it is. All right. So today's reading is from Meister Eckhart, and it's called When I Was the Forest. When I was the stream, when I was the forest, when I was still the field, when I was every hoof, foot, fin, and wing, when I was the sky itself, no one ever asked me, did I have a purpose? No one ever wondered, was there anything I might need? For there was nothing I could not love. It was when I left all we once were that the agony began, the fear and questions came, and I wept. I wept. And tears I had never known before. So I returned to the river. I returned to the mountains. I asked for their hand in marriage again. I begged to wed every object and creature, and when they accepted, God was ever present in my arms. And he did not say, where have you been? For then I know my soul, every soul, has always held him. And so it is. So that is a provocative intro. I know we can't wait to hear about being one with all that is. But to soften up our sometimes hardened hearts, we first have a beautiful musical meditation from our beloved Karen Daly. Let help me welcome her.
Thank you, Carol. Hear the word roaring as thunder, with a new future to tell. For the dry season is over, and there's a cloud beginning to swell. To the skies heavy with blessing, lift your eyes and offer your heart. You alone can open the heavens and receive the Spirit of God. We receive your rain. We receive your rain. We receive your rain. We receive your rain. Every seed buried with sorrow, you will call forth in its time. You are Lord, Lord of the harvest, calling hope now to arise. And we receive your rain. We receive your rain. We receive your rain. We receive your rain. It's like a flood, like a flood. We receive your love when you come like a flood. It's like a flood. We receive your love when you come. And with great anticipation, we await the promise to come. Every word that you have spoken will come to pass, let it be done. We receive your rain. We receive your rain. We receive your rain. We receive your rain.
Fabulous.
Thank you.
Oh, what a beautiful by a beautiful, beautiful performer. Thank you, Karen. So, if you are new to TCSL, you may not have heard our speaker before because it's been a little while. It's been too long, we were all saying. Reverend Andy Ross is an ordained minister. He is also a blessed shaman. He is also a chaplain at Wake Med Hospital here in Raleigh, helping families sometimes when they be at their worst. And yet he can always see the greatness in them. He is a father, a husband, an uncle, a son, and a friend to many. And he's also an author. He has published 2 books. Where is God? A theology in the here and now, and creation, a theology in the here and now. So you can always have a little bit of Andy with you if you buy his books, which are definitely wonderful. So I've just felt drawn this morning to read something that he wrote in his first book. He says, life is a gift. In this moment, here and now, God is expressing itself through you as you. Most, however, are not fully aware of the magnitude of this simple truth. Every breath we take, every word we speak, every time we witness the sunrise, these are gifts of God's being. What would it be like to see reality as an expression of God? If we knew the meaning of life, would it change the way we lived? God is here and now. It is time for us to see it. And so, please join me in welcoming a gifted theologian, a gifted speaker, a gifted human being, and a gifted divine manifestation, Reverend Andy Ross.
Wow, goodness gracious. I wrote that? I don't recall writing that. That's pretty good. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you all. It's, as Carol put it earlier, I could be a drop of water anywhere. You know, I could be a drop of water on a leaf. I could be a drop of water in the desert. I could be a drop of water in a glass. But there's something about being a drop of water in the ocean, you know, coming home to where it all began, where it ends, and where it exists. And that's how I feel about being here with you and with these folks. It always feels like coming home, and it has been too long. And Karen, damn, just the blue fireplace. I love the blue fireplace, but your voice, it always, I say this all the time, and I can't think of a better way to put it. It haunts me in the best way. It's the om, but it's the om as you present it, meaning your tone when you sing, it penetrates into the depths of my being, where God and life meet, where spirit and soul interact. And even if I didn't want to, even if I said, no, not today, Cary, not today, you're not going to affect me today. Even if I tried to hold you off, it still would. And it's just amazing to be here. It's interesting. This is fascinating. It always blows my mind, but this week it blew my mind especially. Whenever I'm given an idea, whenever I'm given a topic to think about, whether I give myself the topic, like, hey, I want to think about this week, or Reverend Dusty, when she invites me, she says, okay, this is the theme of the month, loving the unlikable. This is what the talk title is, the Beneathness, which I just love. There is a mantra in that, the beneathness, as you say it, you go beneath. But anytime I have an idea that I'm working on, I will inevitably experience the idea during the week. It'll come up, it'll rise, and it'll be all over my life. And so a week or so ago, as soon as I digested loving the unlikable, I knew right then that I was going to experience something I did not like. And sure enough, it happened. And I think there's a couple reasons for the happening. I think there's a mystical reason. There's something that I don't quite understand, where as soon as an idea hits, it becomes present, like this cycle of causality, karma, and manifestation. That's beautiful. There's also this wonderful idea that it's all happening always, all the time. So when you think about something, you are tuning your antenna. You are teaching yourself to see it, which is what spirituality is all about. God's here all the time. We're just tuning ourselves to see it. So no matter what happened, this week I had the flu. And I don't like being sick. And I knew I was going to experience something I didn't like, but darn, Dusty, I didn't know that I'd be sick all week, like bedridden, sick all week. And I don't like being sick. I don't like feeling bad. I don't like not being able to do what I want to do. Life is hard enough. You know what I'm saying. Life is hard enough. I feel like I'm always just getting by. I think it was Heather this morning. I asked, "How are you doing?" And she said, "Hanging in there." And I really think there's only two answers to that question. Either you're hanging in there or you're not hanging in there. That's it. So I feel like I'm always just kind of hanging in there. And so when you're hit with something that causes you to not be able to do just those things you need to do, it's so frustrating. And I don't like making those work decisions where, okay, I'm sick. Should I stay out of work? Should I stay home? I always feel like a wimp. Like, is this just a man cold? You know what they say? Like, men can't really handle feeling bad, which is very, very true. I'm sure there's some kind of biological design behind that, some kind of evolutionary trait that I carry in its fullness. But no matter what, I hate being sick. I don't like it. And so that's kind of what I've been thinking about all week, the unlikable. And I think I actually have a cooler word that I would like to use. I'd like us to begin with, to start out thinking about. Instead of like and dislike, which seems very surface level, I want to use prefer and not prefer. Because I think we all can relate to this. I'm sure we can. I think we all can relate to, there are things in my life that I prefer and things that I don't prefer. And I think we're all like this. For instance, I prefer to feel good. I prefer not to feel bad. I prefer to be fed. I prefer not to go hungry. I prefer to be comfortable. I prefer not to be too cold or too hot. Wow, it sounds like I'm kind of obsessive, don't I? I prefer to work at a job that fulfills me. I prefer not to work at a job that I find meaningless. I prefer to contribute to the greater good. I prefer not to feel like I'm being too selfish. So we have all these preferences. And I think you probably are the same. You have things you prefer, things you don't prefer. And I think these preferences come from a lot of different places. I definitely think there's evolutionary biological preferences we have that are part of our makeup, part of our DNA. For instance, pleasure and pain. I think there's something in our evolutionary makeup where we prefer pleasure because pleasure tells us something is beneficial. This is happening to me and it's a beneficial thing. Pain is telling us, oh no, something's wrong. There's something off here. We need to shift. Even feeling comfortable and feeling afraid. These are parts of kind of our evolutionary makeup. So I think we're designed to prefer certain things and to prefer not to experience other things. I also think it's cultural, nature, nurture. I think that growing up in this culture, calling out of work or taking sick days, I prefer not to do that because culture tells me, our kind of materialistic work autonomous society says, no, you should work through it. You should work through it. You should work through it. And so I think culture is constantly also informing us what we prefer. Like, hey, I prefer to have stuff. I prefer to have more money. I prefer to have a bigger house. I prefer to be powerful. I prefer to be loved and validated. Maybe not loved. That could be bigger, but we all have preferences. And here's what I would like for the first thing you take away from this to be. Number one is that it is okay. I'm giving you permission. This is me giving you permission. It is okay to have preferences. It's okay to prefer things. It's okay to prefer to feel good. It's okay to prefer to work at a job that fulfills you. It's okay to prefer to be comfortable. It's okay to prefer to help. This is just part of who we are. And it's also okay to chase our preferences, meaning I would like to design a life where I feel good more than I feel bad. I would like to design a life where I work in an avenue that fulfills me. I want to design a life where I'm making the most out of this. It is okay to have preferences. So that's the number one thing I want you to hold on to so far. It is okay to prefer things. It's completely natural, and it's just part of who we are. It's natural. Number two, we have to be careful. So it's okay to have preferences, but we have to be careful not to cling to our preferences, which is funny because I just told you the first thing I want you to hold on to is the fact that we had preferences. So maybe hold like this. in the palm of your hand. It's okay to have preferences, but we have to be careful not to cling to our preferences. We have to be careful not to hold on to them too tight for a couple more reasons. One, it's okay to have preferences. Two, be careful. Why? Boop, I need like a whiteboard. Boop. Why is it important to be careful not to hold on to our preferences? Well, because you are not going to always get what you prefer. That's just not how things work. There are going to be times when you feel bad. There's going to be times when you experience pain. There's going to be times when you prefer to do this, but you have to do this. You're not always going to get what you prefer because life is about balance. You're always going to get both. And guess what? Change is painful. We're comfortable here. We need to change to this, and change is always going to create a little bit of discomfort, which we don't like. We prefer not to be uncomfortable. We prefer to be comfortable. So you have to be careful not to hold on to your preferences too tight, because you're not always going to get what you prefer. And that's what that clinging is, what the Buddhist says, or what Buddha says causes suffering. It's that clinging, holding on to what we think life should be, what we prefer, that causes unnecessary suffering. So, positive things, negative things, pain, pleasure, they all happen. It's okay to prefer this, but we got to be careful not to hold on too tight, because we're not always going to get what we want. That's just not how it is. Number two, and this is shifting. We're going beneath. We're digging a tunnel. We're getting deeper and deeper and deeper. Number two, we have to be careful not to hold on to what we prefer, because life is not about giving you what you prefer. This is not the meaning of life. Life is not about creating something or a life that you prefer. Life is not about giving you the most pleasurable experience. Life's not even about, I'm going to say it. Life's not even about being happy. It's great to be happy. I think our mental conception of life, we aim for happiness. We try to create a life that is the most happy. And also beneath that, we try to create a life that is the most pleasurable, that is the most comfortable. But that is not what life is about. That's not the meaning of life. The meaning of life is not to create the most comfort, to create the most happiness. The meaning of life is something beneath all of that. And how am I supposed to experience that beneathness if I'm holding on too much to what I prefer? What is the path? What is the spiritual path to experiencing a life where I do prefer certain things? This is what I want. I want to be happy. I don't want to be sick. I don't want to have the flu. So how do I experience a life where I prefer certain things? This is what I would like. This is what I'm aiming for. This is what I'm working for. However, to get down to the depths, the beneathness, and get the true meaning of everything, so that there is a peace beneath all the pain, the pleasure, the shifting sands of life. Well, there is a way, and I think there are many ways, but I'd like to talk about this one specifically. We think about love. We think about love, and love is this beautifully abstract, tangible concept, meaning that we experience love in so many different ways. I'm experiencing love right now when Karen sang, when Diane led us this morning, when Heather said hello to me this morning, when Carol showed me her cat meditating on her desk. I experience love in so many different ways. So it's a very tangible thing, yet it's also such an abstract thing. It's as big and as deep as you want it to be, or as you allow it to be. So I want to talk about experiencing love, getting to the beneathness, loving the unlikable through acceptance. I think whatever love is, acceptance is one of the truest and most practical paths to seeing the big picture and to experiencing the love that is beneath all things. So you think about the flu this week. And first of all, I want to give a little caveat here. When I say accepting what is, like we're talking about the flu this week, being sick all week. When I talk about accepting what is, accepting I am sick, accepting this, I'm not talking about seeing a silver lining. It's very important. I'm not talking about finding like, okay, what is good about this? It's still okay to be like, I'm sick and it sucks. I am also not talking about some kind of anthropomorphic deity that's making me sick because I deserve it, or because, hey, Andy, it's time for you to be sick. I'm teaching you a lesson. So I want to be very careful and clear here that I'm not talking about a silver lining. I'm talking about the big picture, accepting all parts of what you're experiencing, letting go of your preferences so you can see the positive, the negative, all the parts, even though it sucks and you don't prefer it. Got it? Good. So we're thinking about the flu this week. And I do not prefer to be sick. Remember, I don't like being sick. But as soon as I'm able to accept it, or at least take the first steps to acceptance, acceptance is, it's something that, just like love, it opens the more you participate in it. It gets deeper the more you allow it. So if I accept, okay, I am sick, I have the flu, whatever we want to call this virus, I need to rest. My body is telling me that. If I accept that and let go of my preference of feeling good, even though it's a preference that I have, I begin to step back, and then I begin to see different things. Okay, I'm sick. I need to stay home from work today. Okay, let me reach out to my boss. Oh, look, my boss said, take care of yourself. I have a caring boss. That's part of that dynamic. Oh, I need to get these things covered. So I text some of my colleagues, call them, and they are more than willing to cover them. Wow, I work in an environment that's amiable, or that's conducive to my own well-being. I see my wife spring into action. It's crazy that I hate being sick, but growing up, being sick around my mom was always a wonderful thing because she took such good care of me. And now my wife does. You could say it's Freudian. I'm not going to go deep into that right now, but as soon as I'm sick, she's taking care of me. My daughters take care of me. I remember one night, it was late, and I was like, oh, what am I going to do? And one of my daughters said, just stay home from work. You feel bad, just stay home. And I was wrestling with that. I was like, oh, should I push through? Like, no, don't push through. So I began to see the bigger picture. Wow, okay, I have people taking care of me. I'm going to rest. But also the negative, positive, negative. And this happens every time I'm sick. I love it. It's a very kind of Buddhist practice on impermanence. Whenever I'm sick, I start to think and feel and accept this body is frail. I can succumb to sickness. I can succumb to age and death and dying. This body is impermanent. And every time I'm sick, if I accept that, although I prefer to feel good, I prefer to feel well, I prefer to be comfortable, if I let go of that and fall back into acceptance, I begin to see, wow, this is impermanent. And it reminds me, you've probably heard this story, but I'm going to tell it anyway, of the 4 sights that the Buddha saw before he was enlightened and became the Buddha, the enlightened one. Siddhartha lived in a castle. His father was rich, like a rich landowner. And his father preferred that his son Siddhartha only experience positivity. That's what he was trying to create, a little shell around his son. If you're a parent, I'm sure you can relate. But Siddhartha wanted more. He wanted to see what was outside of the castle walls, the walls of his enclosure, his compound. So he would sneak out with his person, his charioteer, his servant, or whatever, his person who took care of him, nanny maybe. And he did this 4 times and saw 4 different things. 1, he saw an old person. 2, he saw a sick person. 3, he saw a corpse, a dead person. And 4, he saw a monk, someone who accepted all these 3 and was trying to break free of attachment. And that's what changed his life and pushed him to seek a deeper truth and become awakened. So it's weird in that way. When I accept being sick, when I accept that I'm feeling bad, I also see, wow, this thing is impermanent. This thing will not last. I am part of a flesh and blood body, and this virus, which is also part of life, I'm accepting that this virus is a living thing too. Can I love this virus through accepting it? So you see, acceptance becomes a path to loving what is, to loving what I do not like. And I firmly believe this is a process that we can practice that we can embrace in any type of situation, whether it's something as deep as a cancer diagnosis or losing a loved one, or embracing war and famine and all the things we deal with in the world. Accepting what is, not liking it, not preferring it, not saying that, oh, my so-and-so died and was taken away from me because God needed another. God, I can't even say it. It gets me kind of pissed off. God needed another angel and that crap. No, it's looking at what is and saying, wow, I am sad. I am grieving. This thing I'm stuck with is changing me. I'm going to back up away from my preferences, and my preferences are still a part of the picture, but I'm going to back up and I'm going to accept what is. And through acceptance, I'm going to find a place of love. I'm going to find a place of love. And the more we do this, the more we sink into acceptance, the more we drop into this layer of life that is mystical. The beneathness, I think, is one of the best words I've heard of for it in a long time. We can call it God. We can call it the ground of being. And it is indescribable, as you can tell by my mumbling. It is indescribable. It is as deep as you will allow it to be, meaning the more you accept, the more you love, the deeper you get into this place of life where one day you open your eyes and you feel, like the term the Buddha means, you feel that you are awake and you see that, wow, I am sick and this virus is a miracle. Because the true meaning of life, remember, I told you before, the meaning of life is not to be happy. The meaning of life is not to only get what you prefer. The meaning of life is to exist, pure and simple. And I'm not even giving it justice. You really can't explain it. You can only experience it. But what's beneath all of this is the moment of creation, which is this moment here and now, always, where things are exploding into existence, be them viruses or cuddles from a cat or hugs from your daughter or your wife taking care of you or cancer diagnoses or anything. You realize that the miracle is that it's here at all. The miracle is that there is existence, that there is life, and I am a part of it for this moment. But we can only get there if we let go of what we prefer. Now, I'm going to go back to the beginning as we close up. I don't like being sick, and I'm going to continue to take care of myself the best I can so this doesn't keep happening. But it's going to keep happening. I mean, that's just part of life. So I'm going to take care of myself. I'm going to do the best I can to live as comfortable a life as possible. I'm going to work for what I prefer. However, I'm going to accept that working for what I prefer is a part of my own human nature, and it's not the end all be all. Beneath all of my preferences is just a consciousness. It's the chit in Satchitananda, is an awareness that is just ecstatically awake to all that is becoming. Ecstatically awake to all that is becoming. And it's right beneath the surface. And all you have to do is let go and let go and let go and let go and let go. And then grasp and then let go and let go and let go. And it's a process. So, hey, why don't we pray together for a moment, and then we'll invite these beautiful people back up to talk to you. I am thankful for what is. I don't always like what is. Sometimes I don't like what is, but I'm thankful and I accept what is because it's all a part of the miracle of life. I work for what I believe is good. I try to work against what I believe is bad. I seek my own comfort and the comfort of all living things. However, I accept that I'm a small piece of the process. I am a drop of water in this ocean of life, and I will move with the wave, baby. That's what Carol told me. I will move with the wave, baby. I accept that there is power in saying this out loud. There's power in saying it to you. And there's power in community and coming together and going, you know what, together we are going to find peace and we're going to radiate that out to the world. I'm grateful for music, for people like Karen who have a way of reaching beneath the surface with a song and a tone. I'm grateful for Heather and Diane and Carol and all the folks involved in creating an online community that feels like home. It's weird. You can't create home. You find it, and they found it, and I have found it with them. So I'm grateful for that. And I'm thankful for all of you who are witnessing this, and just grateful that I get to be a little piece of your life for just a moment. I get to be a little piece. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. So for all these things, for the beauty of acceptance, for the loving that makes all things possible, I just lift up my hands and say, and so it is. Thank you for having me with you.
Thank you so much, Andy. That was fabulous.
Now I can see you.
All right. Well, now it is time for our conscious giving. It is the Triangle Center for Spiritual Living is sustained by the giving of our time, talent, and treasure. This is the time every week when we offer financial support to assist this community to be a beacon of light and love for ourselves and others. Together, we affirm the truth that today's offering lifts the spiritual community, prospers the one giving, and contributes to the experience of sufficiency on the planet. There are several ways that you can give. You can visit our website at www.trianglecsl.org. You can text the word give using the following number, 919-629-9148, or you can mail your gift to our office at PO Box 4062, Cary, North Carolina, 27519. So I invite you to turn within while I speak a word of blessing on this offering. Knowing that the process itself is an opportunity to stand in an expanded view of all of the ways we are abundant, and to focus our attention on all this abundance by practicing sharing and giving. That by recognizing our good and being willing to give some of it away, we enter into the law of circulation and participate in the powerful flow of the universe. I know that as each of us enters into this eternal flow of giving and receiving, that the gift we give comes back to us. The blessing and the blessed are one. Thank you for all your gifts, and thank you for the gift of you. And speaking of gifts, let's welcome back such a wonderful gift, our angel of the guitar, Ms. Karen Daly.
Thank you, Carol. When it rains, it pours, but you didn't even notice that it ain't raining anymore. It's hard to breathe when all you know is the struggle of staying above the rising waterline. But the sky's finally open, the rain and wind stop blowing, but you're stuck out in that same old storm again. You hold tight to your umbrella, darling, I'm just trying to tell you that there's always been a rainbow hanging over your head. You could see what I see, you'd be blinded by the colors, yellow, red, orange, and green, and at least a million others. Tie up the boat take off your coat and take a look around. 'Cause the sky is finally open, the rain and wind stop blowing, but you're stuck out in that same old storm again. You hold tight to your umbrella, darling, I'm just trying to tell you that there's always been a rainbow hanging over your head. So tie up the boat, take off your coat, and take a look around. 'Cause the sky is finally open, the rain and wind stop blowing, but you're stuck out in that same old storm again. Well, let go of your umbrella, darling, I'm just here to tell you that there's always been a rainbow hanging over your head. Let go of your umbrella, darling, I'm just here to tell you that there's always been a rainbow hanging over your head. Happy Sunday, everybody.
That was fantastic. I don't know that I've heard that song before. So I'm so grateful for that. And sorry. Nope, that's not it. My cat just took away my script. So all right, sorry. All right, no, that's not it. All right, here I am. So sorry about that. All right, so now it's time for our affirmations. Again, remember, it's not the words, it's the feeling, it is the energy, it is the enthusiasm that makes these powerful. So don't mumble, shout them to the world. And it is done in a call and response. So I'll go first, and you can repeat what I say with Miss Diane, who is going to support me in this. Okay. I am willing to discover and honor the beneathness within me, knowing it is essential for my spiritual and emotional well-being.
I am willing to discover and honor the beneathness within me, knowing that it is essential for my spiritual and emotional well-being.
I know that just as the substrate beneath the soil sustains the life above, my past experiences, old beliefs, and relationships form the foundation of who I am today.
I know that just as the substrate beneath the soil sustains the life above, my past experiences, old beliefs, and relationships form the foundation of who I am today.
By acknowledging and reflecting on the beneathness within, I am able to understand who that is.
By acknowledging and reflecting on this beneathness within, I am able to understand who that is.
I recognize that in this process, it becomes crucial to till the soil of my soul, turning it over to examine and evaluate its contents.
I recognize that in this process, it becomes crucial to till the soil of my soul, turning it over to examine and evaluate its contents.
Just as gardeners remove rocks and debris to ensure their plants thrive, I must identify and pull out old beliefs or experiences that no longer serve me.
Just as gardeners remove rocks and debris to ensure their plants thrive, I must identify and pull out old beliefs or experiences that no longer serve me.
I trust this act of introspection and willingly cultivate a deeper sense of oneness and authenticity.
I trust this act of introspection and willingly cultivate a deeper sense of oneness and authenticity.
And so it is.
And so it is.
All right. Thank you, everyone. So now I'm going to now I'm going to do our benediction for today's service and to send us off with a final prayer. So please close your eyes. And I like that mention of the soil in our affirmations, because I feel all of those lessons, all of those experiences from today's service sinking into the soil of my soul, because it's not about listening to some nice words and then going back to life as it always was. It's about receiving these gifts, receiving these seeds, and taking the time and the consciousness to let them sink into us, to grow those roots that will allow them to sprout and to manifest in our actual lives, not just as nice ideas, but as new ways of being. And so I am so grateful. I'm so grateful for this wonderful community, this love and connection and unity that has permeated this entire surface. I'm so grateful for this distinction between prefer and like. I'm so grateful for this concept of being ecstatically aware of all that is and to embracing it with acceptance. I'm so grateful for the reminder that storms come and go, and there's always a rainbow, that the rainbow is what is real, and it's the storms that are transitory and that serve a purpose we may not understand, but are a necessary part of all that is. So many gifts today. And again, I say that not just as myself, because I know that we are all one. And if this is my experience, I affirm that others are having maybe not the same, but something equally powerful, something equally meaningful, something equally valuable in moving forth in the coming week and being different inside and outside, of taking these lessons and seeing life for how it is and not just how we would prefer it to be, and being okay with that. There's that serenity that I sometimes find missing in my life. So knowing that we will all embrace these gifts and perform differently in the coming days, and that will uplift our life and uplift our world. And that is a good God day. So I release this into the divine sphere that always has our back and is supporting us in living the lives we dream of. And ask you to affirm that for yourself and for everyone, our community, our world, with our words, and so it is. All right. So again, in this month of gratitude, that I'm grateful to have you with us, grateful that we had this time together, grateful for all of the gifts of everybody who participated. And I look forward to hearing about all the ways that you are manifesting this wisdom in your life as we come together again. As I said, we've got plenty of opportunities to be together in the coming months, so we look forward to having you join us whenever is possible. Until then, love you, Have a great week.